Hi guys and girls, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharaira and now we will play Layton Brothers Mystery Room. Now on to keys to the Bungled Burglary. Now in this video, I will do full voiceover and have commentaries as well. However, I cannot do voices at all in the Scottish, British, or even Southern American as my first language is not English. Pardon me. However, I did my best. Now, let's on to the gameplay. Let's play.
What? What did I just do? Oh yes. Okay. Now we start with case 2. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Wait, let me turn first to the title screen. Okay, hi. Now let's continue to case 2, which is let me see. Oh, the bungle burglary. Look. We have 9 keys. Okay, the bungle burglary. So let's start. Is it too loud? Is it too... I think it's okay for me. Ow! Achoo! I found it. Not here. Can I help you, miss? Oh, Al's got a woman in here, has he? My name's Florence. Hush! I work at the lab. Oh, hello, Florence. You're actually on time today, I see. Not funny, Al. You should be ashamed of yourself bringing a woman back here. No, I just started work here. I'm Missy Baker. Ah, new blood, is it? Well, anyway, now, what's your preamble? I want you to look into a case. I've sent our lab report over already. It's not like you to ask for help with a case, Florence. Is it especially puzzling? It's as clear as a test tube. A burglar broke into a flat and, achoo, killed one of the residents. Well, if it's that black and white, how come you want us to get involved? Because it doesn't add up. Oh, the suspect is suspicious as they come. He made a statement already, but I'm certain there's more to it than achoo meets the eye. I can't admit the thought of the case being closed before I've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. So you want the prof to look into it and figure what's niggling you? Is that it? Yes. Would you mind, prof? I'm not sure I like you calling me that, Florence. If that's your only objection, I presume you'll take it on, prof. If you promise to make that the last time you address me like that, I'll didn't have a deal. So, where's the file? Didn't I say I already sent it over? Oh, yes, here it is. Yes, we'll start investigating this at once. Just know this, if you fail to solve it, I swear I'll keep you calling you prof until the end of your days. Achoo! Lucy, we have to solve this case. Failure is not an option. Aye, professionalism will see us through. It were a case that came just as I was starting to get used to working in mystery room. It happened in a fairly ordinary studio flat. I were used to seeing blood by now, and the male victim in this case were I saw broken glasses. There were 3 suspects. I remember being surprised by the clever trick of the killer employed, but that weren't the reason why the case struck in my mind. Oh no! You see, the first time I saw the other side of the prof. File number 2, the Bungled Burglary. Right, let me tell you what we know. The victim in this case is a young male murdered in his first floor flat. We've already managed to identify him, and he's something of a loose cannon. Oh? Yes, a certain Jack Pottsby. The incident occurred a few days ago, just after midnight. His wife, a woman by the name of Goldie Pottsby-Man, was having a shower when she heard him scream. She ran out of the bathroom to see her husband lying on the floor and the culprit running away. According to her statement, the killer was a muscular man dressed entirely in black. That should give us a good head start with finding him then, eh? Well, the block's caretaker, who was on duty at the time, heard the sound of glass breaking. He ran upstairs and knocked on Pottsby's door, whereupon the wife told him about the intruder. Wasting no time, the caretaker conducted a search of the grounds and apprehended a suspicious man. He got him? Why do they need us to shoot for them? There's not for us to do, surely. Well, the apprehended man has an alibi of sorts. He's a known petty criminal by the name of Buster Nix. He claims he was attempting to break and enter a ground floor flat at the time. Ooh, very nice, the lie some people tell. He says he ran off when he heard the sound of shattering glass. In his statement, however, he claims he didn't see anyone coming down from the floor above. Of course he didn't, because it were him that did it. The thieving numpty incriminated himself with that. I think not. If he wanted to deceive us, he'd be claiming he did see someone else running away, surely. Oh, I suppose you're right. That would make more sense. Oh god, I can't do Scottish accents. That's what's really bothering me. If you conclude Nix is telling the truth, things get very complicated. Don't they just? So let's start making some deductions, shall we? Do you think you can determine who did it from the crime scene and witness statements we have? You're going to put me on spot again, are you? I'll tell you what. First, let me fill you in on the three suspects. To start with, of course, we have the burglar, Buster Nix. Buster Nix, 61, male. Suspicious man caught nearby, an old leg and serial burglar, known for his swift getaways. He was dressed in black and caught near the block of flats. Very suspiciously, he was caught in the gardens around the block of flats immediately after the incident. But there's his statement. Don't forget, if he really is our man, then what he said doesn't make sense. No, quite. We must be careful not to jump to any conclusions. Next, there's the caretaker, Chase M. Downs, suspect 45 male, caretaker of the block of flats, concierge of the flats where the incident occurred, a keen bodybuilder who's recently joined an exclusive nearby gym. He can get violent when angered, seem. His actions from when the incident occurred to when he caught Nix seems to be nothing but laudable. He could always have engineered it that way, couldn't he, though? Finally, there's the victim's wife, Miss Goldie Pottsby-Man. Goldie Pottsby-Man, 32, female Pottsby wife. Jack Pottsby's wife. A stunning beauty. Sadly, this isn't the first husband she survived. Oh my god, is she Black Widow? She claims to have been showering at the time of the incident and was the one who discovered the victim. Wow, what a stunner! Oh, really? Is she? Are you joking? Well, anyway, that's what we know about the suspects. Now I've set up the reconstruction device to include all the info we've gleaned so far for your perusal. We're a little short on details for you to say with any certainty at this stage, but what's your gut instinct, Lucy? Who do you think the culprit is? Once you've had a think about that, we'll start trying to make some logical deductions. Investigate the crime scene. I have no idea who did it. There'll be not we can say about anything if we don't hurry up and investigate the crime scene. Eager to get started? Good. I'll turn on the reconstruction device then. Let's start snooping. Ramsey reconstruction. So let's see. This is the flat where the incident took place. Have a look around. I only give you only 5 minutes though. 5 minutes, no problem. So balcony, and uninviting concrete balcony. The flat in question is on the first floor above ground level, but a determined intruder could gain entry to the premises this way. Window. A French window that opens out onto the balcony. Broken glass from it is scattered on the floor inside. It was unlocked and all fingerprints had been wiped off. It was unlocked and all fingerprints wiped off. So is there anything in the same towel? A towel stained with the victim's blood. It belonged to the Pottsby and his wife and is normally kept inside the flat. Why it is outside? Okay, let us zoom out. And here, the door. Clock. An antique style grandfather clock with large pendulum and the door. Nothing. A door leading to out of the flat. Fingerprint victim belongs to victim. His wife and the warden were identified on the handle. The key was kept inside the flat. So, okay, so I think there's nothing now here. Okay, let us see here. Okay, the window. French window. Oh, okay. Oh, this window. The corpse, the victim's dead body, he was fatally stabbed in the back. No other sign of external injury are in evidence. Okay, and the broken glasses. Shards of glass that explode all over the flat where the window smashed. 20 pieces on top of the body. On top of the body. Why? It means that the victim's dead. Before the glasses. Chair. I don't want to read it. Nothing is on the table. So wooden empty beer car. They appear to be drowned by Pottsby. Okay, so Pottsby drank the beer. He may or may not have been drunk. That's what. Fish, a medium sized domestic fish, very little. It's stocked largely with cans of beer. Oh my god. It's my home. Kitchen. A simple narrow galley, then the high galley doesn't appear to have had much use. Okay, kitchen knife. Is it all content? A set of 3 knives stood in a cupboard kitchen. Cooking pot. A very large kitchen pot with apple pasta. The cooking pasta. Swing beans. Rubbish. A recycling bins on the side with this. Okay, content nothing of real relevance. Okay. Bathtubs. A bath. Touch with shower, this is used. Okay, no blood. The bathtub and the bathtub only. So to here you can see. So wash basin. It's not the same. It's regular process inside. So the toilet, a regular toilet. Not okay. It's dirty toilet. Scrap of cards. Okay, I think this scrap of cards. It was like that. It was slightly damp. Okay, a rubbish. We discarded toilet, right? And what first? No, then we get anything related to this. Okay, jumped. Ooh, bad. Okay, very couple star, large bag. And the television here. Roscoe's shopping was airing. Wait, analog television set. Oh my god. Okay, I don't think there's something. Okay, wardrobe. A closet containing victim's clothes and those of his wife and put the complete chamber and memo pad. A pad with several of which were various takeaway. Oh my god. Wait. Okay, they really cook, but why there's pasta? Why there's boiling pasta? The touch-tone telephone, the phone records show that on the day of special was only used to call police. Okay, so I think we've touched all of. Yep, we touched all of this. So let me read the statement. Oh, okay. The incident occurred in the first floor flat in the block of residences. It was after midnight that Posby was relating in the living room while his wife, Goldie Posby Mann, was having a shower. He's having a shower. Who cooked the pasta? Hearing her husband scream, Posby Mann jumped out of the shower and ran out of the building. Out of the bathroom, she found her husband lying face down in the floor and saw a man making his escape over the balcony. Having heard a window smash, the block's caretaker, Chase Downs, immediately ran upstairs to the flat where the noise originated. He banged on the locked front door, whereupon a distraught Posby Mann informed him of what had happened. Wasting no time, Downs conducted a search of the ground and apprehended a suspicious man by the rear entrance. The suspect turned out to be the Buster Nix, a well-known burglar, but Nix swears was attempting to enter a ground floor flat. According to his statement, he heard the window break directly above him, but when he looked up, he failed to see anyone. Okay, that is the case summary. Oh, I have 3 parts. Okay, let me see the case file. So, the statement. I want to read the statement. I was taking a shower when I heard my husband say I knew something was wrong, so I hurried out of the bathroom. When I came out, I saw as an outlaw. I think he was dressed very muscular man, dressed all in black. Okay, I heard that there's no other way out. Okay, it's locked. Okay, it's locked. As soon as I heard a crook down there, I screamed and dressed all dirty. Okay, I was fine. I was just about the room and I heard a guy nearly died. Why? That's where he said it was something. Then the ignorable bug caught me. Okay. Oh, man, but she described as muscular, dressed entirely in black. Everything? Yeah, all the so. Okay, so first, the pasta. Why there's pasta? I mean, like, she's rarely cooked. And then here. Okay. As you can see, wait, sorry. Okay, okay. Okay, 3 things. First, except for the pasta. I think I will agree pasta, I don't know. Okay, first, the window. So, because of looking at the glass shard, it seems that it is busted from outside because the shard is inside of house, but there is some shard here and on top of the corpse. It means that it done after the victim died. And second, why is this towel here? Or is it the third? I don't know. I can count. And the pasta. I mean, like, I think, it's the wife. Interesting. What brings you to that conclusion? She was the one that found the body. Once you see it, makes no sense for that thief needs to have given a false statement. She's next on list. I can't say it's a compelling deduction, but I think you're right to suspect the wife. In fact, I said there is a 69.4%. 69.4% probability that Posby Mann is the culprit. Yes! You're pretty sure of yourself again, aren't you, Prof? Well, there's still an uncomfortable 3.6% band of uncertainty that we must eliminate. I'll need to speak directly to the suspect in order to clear up 1 or 2 loose ends. I assume you mean our prime suspect, Miss Goldie Posby Mann. Aye! So it's not officially related to this case, the woman has an extremely worrying house history. Is she a black widow? Wow, she had 3 previous marriages, every one of which has ended with her spouses dying. Oh my god, she is a black widow. Oh god, she's... Give over. Talk about leaving a trail. The police and insurance companies investigate the incidents, of course, but they couldn't find any indication of foul play. Maybe she's just that unlucky then, do you think? Let's reserve judgment on that until we've met the woman in person. She should be here in any moment. Do you think she has any idea we're onto her? To help us with our investigation was the way I put it when I asked her to come in. She probably knows. I guess we'll just have to try and catch her off guard then, eh? Yes, but I don't expect she'll give much away, but as we home in on the truth, hopefully she'll get flustered. I'm counting on your help, Lucy. Well, it doesn't sound like it's going to be a walk in the park, but I'll do what I can. Yeah, there she is. Good, because I believe she's here. Who is that man? Now, where is the gentleman who rescued Ma present here? Oh my god, I cannot do voices. What the? Miss Goldie possibly man? This is my name. A pleasure to meet you, I'm sure. And, who is this fellow with you? Well, I was thought that was perfectly plain. Being he is my new man. Grrr. You've got a new fellow already, but your husband barely cool. Husband? Oh yes, I did have a husband, that's right. Talk about a feeling. Huh? And what's that you've got around your fellow's neck? A collar? Isn't it swell? I choose it myself. Oh my god, unbelievable. You can't do that. Well, I declare the police interfering in a young lady's private affair of the heart. Well, there's no word I mean at all. I were, Miss Possibleman, please fully respect your privacy, and your relationship with this man is not our concern. However, I wonder if you might ask your friend to leave us alone while we discuss the case. Being is my best friend, Inspector. We have no secrets between us. If I say, he says. I'm afraid I cannot allow information about the keys to be revealed into a third party. Please, if you don't mind. Oh, very well. Then go home, boy. Go wait for me under the porch. Oh my god. Now, boy. Oh my god. Thank you. Now allow me to introduce myself, if a little late. I'm Inspector Layton, and I'm Lucy Baker, the prof's assistant. Oh, what is that you want with little me? I already gave the nice gentleman my statement. Why, everyone knew it was that no good outlaw who committed this heinous crime. Indeed, as likely as they may seem, there are a number of issues we still need to clear up. Oh, really, Inspector? Yes, well, 2 issues to be precise. First, the exact circumstances of the victim's death. We need to establish whether or not he really was killed by an intruder. I have already told you I saw the injury with my own eyes. Secondly, there's the intruder's point of entry. Exactly how did the culprit enter the flat? Why, through the window, of course. You need to only look at the scene to know it. Have you even read my statement, Inspector? Naturally, I have read all the written statements. It's our job to iron out all these little details one by one, you see. I hope you won't mind helping us. It would be my pleasure if it helped to bring that murdering outlaw to justice. Oh my god, sorry, I can't do voices at all. Good, so Lucy, shall we begin our investigation? Aye, let's get stuck in, Prof. Okay, first, nature of attack. So, these are the issues we still need to clear up about the keys, are they? Yes, if we can solve these little riddles, it will lead us to the truth about what happened. Why there was as plain as day. Perhaps, but we need to confirm, and there's as clear cut as it seems. You see, where do you want to start? Let's see now. Oh, okay. Nature of attack. We can't make any useful deduction until we've established exactly how the victim was killed. We should start by examining the body. Right, you are. So, yes. So, let's explore the scene of this crime. If anything jogs your memory, Mr. Pottsbiman, do tell us. I'm sure I don't see the point of all this carry-on when I have already told you who the victim is. I'm afraid this is just the procedure we always follow, so if you wouldn't mind following along. Alright, Lucy, let's get started. Aye, let's see if we can find someone the killer left behind by mistake. Why is stomach actually? Are you sure this little spring chicken is up to task? Inspector Shima seems mighty inexperienced. What would a poor defenseless young widow like me do if she was falsely accused by a rookie? Oh, please. There's no need for concern. I shall be keeping a close eye to make sure everything is done in the proper way. Investigate the body. Okay, the corpse. Right, I think you've established the cause of death now, haven't you? Okay. Hi, he was fatally stabbed. Yet Nice wasn't found carrying a likely murder weapon, so it must have been disposed somewhere here in the room. Well, I do declare that murdering thief just cast aside his deadly weapon right here in my home. And I am to understand that you have no idea what the murder weapon even is? Do you quite know what you are doing, Inspector? Please, be patient. Lucy, we need to locate the murder weapon. I'll track it down, Prof. Don't you worry. I do believe you two need a helping hand. The thief fled over the balcony. Will we look over there? Balcony. Yeah, I don't think I found any. Wait, we have beds. What if there's some kitchen knives here, Prof? Could be the job. This would be consistent with the long thin blade that forensic tells us the victim was stabbed with. Aye, he was carried with one of these right in middle on his side. Sadly not. That's not the weapon we're looking for. Oh, why not? An officer already found those knives and forensics have been examined them to trace his blood and was found. In fact, they look almost brand new. I say the inhabitants of this flat rarely cook. Now, Inspector, whether we cook for ourselves or not is surely none of your business. Oh, pity, I thought I will on to summer with that. I'm beginning to feel like you will never find the murder weapon at all. On the contrary, we will most certainly keep finding it. Lucy, let's keep looking. Okay. The pasta! Now, honey, you surely cannot stab somebody with such curious item. You do know that, right? I just leave out, that's all. Oh my god. Long thin weather cloud. Now, some honey, surely you cannot stab somebody with such a curious item, you know, right? It's all okay. What? Of course. Where is Wait. Is there anything? No, but what if the broken glass? The shards of glass are pretty sharp, Prof. You mean one of the larger ones could have made a makeshift weapon? That's what I was thinking. Yes, investigating for officers had the same idea, so forensics studied every contender. Here comes the but. But none of the shards matched the size and shape of the victim's wound. I knew it. Oh ma, what a terrible bad luck. Keep looking, Lucy. Okay. When is all this carrying on going to end? Ma, poor heart surely can take much more. The police have already turned my home upside down and found no trace of a murder weapon. Surely you should be looking in the grounds where the murdering outlaw was caught instead. We've already completed a thorough research of the surrounding area. Then that wicked man must have just swallowed it, mustn't he? Oh my god, how can? What a sort of a night on his throat gave over. Now don't tell me you have never seen a sword swallower before. Perhaps we should take a step back and examine the fact we know about the murder weapon again. Lucy, there were no other obvious signs of physical trauma on the victim, correct? What does that tell you? He was stabbed in the back and has no other weapons. So, out of the blue, I think. If he's no other injury and he was stabbed in the back, I say he was caught totally unaware. I couldn't agree more. And so we can be fairly certain that the victim was killed in a surprise attack. Oh, my poor Jack, the cowardly thief murdered him without even looking him in the eye. The man is beyond contempt. That would be nothing short of a miracle. After all, we're talking about a complete stranger entering the room. There's no way he wouldn't have put up a fight. That makes no sense at all. Wait. Yeah, if he caught unaware, it contradicts with the statement that the burglar entered the house by smashing the window. Oh my god, how can? Okay, it contradicts that. Oh, it's cracked a little bit. My poor Jack, he must have drifted off to sleep in front of the house. My poor honey did that a lot. Wait. Second. Yeah, he do it. I just think she's suspicious, but I think she do it because... Okay. Second, it contradicts herself because if that glass is smashed, Jack must have it. She also in the shower must have it. I mean, like, that's huge, I think. That must be the reason why he did not notice the murderous villain breaking into the apartment. That's an interesting new piece of information. We'll file it as a witness statement if you don't mind. I say that's more or less all we can deduce about the circumstances of death at this stage. Okay, method for entry. So we're trying to work out how the killer got into the room, are we? That's right. Now I'm quite sure that could not be more plain. Why? You only need to look at all the shattered glass to know that the outlaw came in through the window. And that's the only possible way in, is it? Isn't there some other way into the flat other than through the window? I'll have a look around and see what I can figure out, Prof. Right, it contradicts her statements. By the door is locked. If the door were locked and key were inside the flat at the time, then it's plain to see that the outlaw did not walk in through the front door, as I have already said, which I do declare being asked back to the window. The murdering thief broke in through the window and stabbed Ma poor Jack in the back. I find it hard to believe, Lucy. What do you think? What if the door weren't locked when he broke in? It could have been locked later on, no? Ma poor girl, simple little girl. Do you not notice that the doors on this apartment are locked by themselves? Oh. Then maybe someone let him in. How about that? I can assure you, I had never set eyes on that man before, and neither had my husband. Why would Jack let a stranger into his house, or implying that I let his outlaw inside myself? Let us not forget that any man entering the building have had to pass the caretaker. Indeed, it seems unlikely that Nick could have gained entry to the flat through the window. I think we should examine the window in more detail, Lucy. Alright, Prof. I'll give it a good going over. So, the window. It was obviously smashed deliberately, eh? Can you ascertain from which side the window was broken? From outside. It was broken from the outside, from the balcony. And how do we know this? Because of where the broken glass fell, most of it inside the room. Exactly, the window was clearly smashed with some considerable force from the outside. And now at last will you believe my statement is truth? The outlaw broke into my home and murdered my husband. Prof, it does say, I have not finished, young lady. There's a piece of vital evidence on the balcony, something left behind by the outlaw. But of course, you would already have noticed something so obvious now, wouldn't you? You mean the towel? There's a bloodstained towel on the balcony here, Prof. Please do not tell me you failed to notice such an obvious piece of evidence before. No, I knew it was there. I was just getting around to it, that's all. Ma, if that's so, it would appear to be a towel used to wipe the blood off the murder weapon. But why it's been chucked out there on the balcony? Now, surely you can figure that out without my help. Clearly, the author stepped threw it away there after stabbed my husband and fled over the balcony. Well, maybe. There is one thing I'd like to double check. Let's assume that the culprit did indeed break into the window in order to get inside the flat. The loud noise would have alerted. Yes, everyone took into the instruction. Yes, Layton, yes. Does that not strike you as a rather clumsy approach for a seasoned housebreaker? The window was locked. Why? The outlaw had no choice. No, if the window is blocked, he will not attempt to enter the... Oh my god. It was locked. Can you be so sure of that? I do declare I can. I distinctly remember it was locked from before. I was checked all the doors and windows before I knew it. Ma, but it's like a shower. It's like the new. You're very reassuring to know. I'm pleased we could clear that up. Lucy, make a record of it, would you? It's fundamental to the case. I am delighted we are finally seeing eye to eye. Keep the locked door in mind, Lucy. I'll make a mental note, Prof. There's one more thing I'd like to try to clear up, if I may. And what might be type BB? You've already mentioned it in your statement, but you did hear the noise of this window smashing? I most certainly did. Why, I still remember it now. I was in the shower at the time. Then I heard my husband scream. I came running out of the bathroom and I saw the outlaw. I don't think he mentioned it. As I said in my statement, he was wearing black from head to toe and he fled over the balcony. And you stand by your witness? That's exactly what happened? Well, I am hoping you are not implying I am a liar, Inspector. I merely wanted to confirm the accuracy of your very important statement. Thank you very much. Oh, she did see that. She did see that. Okay. Well, I do believe the issue that were troubling you are no more. We have proven that the outlaw was guilty. Oh, I? What exactly are you trying to say? The victim were taken by surprise and stabbed from behind. Smashing your way through a window hardly qualifies as a surprise attack, does it? My poor sorry simpleton. You still fail to see. My husband was sleeping at the time. He did not hear the outlaw breaking the window. Give over. Are you really? Are you doubting me? You have already taken such a long time establishing that the window was smashed from the outside. That in itself was surely compelling evidence that the outlaw broke into my home and as I have described. There can be no more room for doubt. I will kindly request that you allow me to go back to my home now, Inspector. Of course, thank you very much for your cooperation. We shall get our files in order now after all the new information you've given us. So, I believe that would be for the best. Such a simple case as this can surely be laid to rest now. One last thing. Yes? If we happen across any other awkward issue, I presume you wouldn't mind helping us again? Wait, what about the shot on top of the corpse? As long as you are not wasting my time, Inspector, I should be glad to help. Thank you. I wish you all the best. Much obliged, I'm sure. Prof, are you sure about just letting her go like that? We weren't going to reach a conclusion like that. She knows that we suspect her. Sorry, Prof, that's my fault. I got a big head up. Don't apologize, we all got work out sometimes. Anyway, I'm quite certain now that she is the culprit. Aye, likewise, you can tell she's hiding somewhere by the way she's that quick to get murdered. I'm convinced she hid the murder weapon somewhere in the room after she killed her husband. She wouldn't have had time to dispose of it outside before the caretaker arrived. Then she arranged the scene to look like an intruder broke in from the outside. However, there's an inconsistency between the course of events she described and the scene she set up. Is there? Of course, there is no such thing as perfect lie, Lucy. The murder weapon is somewhere at the scene of the crime without question. Well, if we can find it, we'll blast a whopping great hole in that double-barreled bomb Pimpo's story. There are two issues, the murder weapon and the way she set the scene to make it look like a break-in. Right, okay. Oh my god. Okay, I think that's all for now. I am tired. Okay, bye. Decisive evidence. We need to locate some irrefutable proof that shows Pottsby-Mount's statement to be false. I hear you, Prof. Where's the last statement? The glasses. What about this, Professor? This could be it. The broken glass with statement would that be inconsistent with? Exactly, yes. You've got it. You've got it. Yes, the broken glass is quite clearly inconsistent with that statement. We've packed Pottsby-Mount into a corner now. This proves she's been lying. Of course, you appreciate what the consistency is exactly, don't you? Aye, the bits of broken glass are on top of the body, not underneath it. That's all wrong. Precisely. This puts it to the idea that an intruder broke in via the window and killed Pottsby. Well spotted, Lucy. Ooh, she's singing. So now, the murder weapon. What the F is murder weapon? Let's see if we can find the murder weapon the suspect used. He must have hidden it somewhere. Judging by the shape of the victim's wound, we're looking for something long and thin. Long and thin? Right, I'll get looking. The pasta. Pasta. I see. Well, here. These clothes got me thinking, Prof. You better have a closer look at it then, Lucy. You might be onto something. Yes. The clock hands. The metal hands of the clock. The long middle hand is slightly bent at the tip. Oh, yeah. A thick glass cover that protects the clock piece and pendulum in a fit to open and close. The pendulum. A highly polished and heavy-looking pendulum. So you have a chance to examine the clock in detail now. So what do you think? Is there any way it could have been used as the murder weapon at all? The clock hands. Yes, the hand. It's long and thin, alright, and pretty sharp too. If you look closely, you'll notice it's also slightly bent. There's every chance this is what we were used to do the burglary. I agree. Which means the murder weapon were in the room right from the start. And having committed a crime, the perpetrator hid it on the premises. In other words, the culprit was in the flat before, during, and after the crime. An excellent find, Lucy. I'm the tough. Ask forensic to go over the clock hand again, would you? If it really was the murder weapon, they should be able to find traces of possibly blood on it. Will do. The middle hand is like slightly crooked. So yes, that's everything. We've tied up all the loose ends, haven't we? Yes, in theory at least. What? How do you mean? We haven't quite got enough to prove beyond reasonable doubt that possibly Man was responsible. Why do you say that? Never mind. Why don't you call our suspect in and we'll take it from there. This time we'll get her to tell us the truth, whether she likes it or not. Can't wait. Yes. Oh my, keep your furry friend under control. Well, I do declare. My furry friend, as you put it, does have a name, a Miss Baker, Bingo, but I call him Bing. Well, I can't say I approve of the color, but I hope that changed a god on him. At the risk of repeating myself, Miss Crosby Mount to show my, yes, I know. Bang, go away from me in the car, boy. The trunk's open. Trunk? I'm sure the good inspector will not be keeping me long. Up. Now, whatever affairs we still have to discuss, Inspector. I trust we can't do so quickly. I always go to the park with being around this time of day. Don't worry, Miss Pottsby-Band. I'm sure they'll be the last time we met. So, why did you pay my attention now, may I ask? It seems you have finally concluded that it was the outlaw who murdered Mao's husband. On the contrary, still nothing. We are now quite certain Miss Nix is completely innocent in this matter. If you'll cast your mind back to our previous conversation, we established that the victim was stabbed from the back. The victim was stabbed from behind without warning. He was caught completely unawares. Mr. Pottsby, had no idea what were coming. There's no way Nick could have done it if he came in the way he described it. As I have already told you more than once, Jack was inclined to fall asleep while watching the television. Of course, we cannot deny the possibility that your husband was indeed asleep at the time. However, if that were truly the case, it would be at odds with something else that happened. In other words, the window was smashed. Because the window was shattered. All that glass breaking was made a right beam and no mistake. No way could slip through that. No one could slip through that. There's no way Mr. Busby would have woken up. I do declare you as slow as snails sometimes, Miss Baker. My husband was quite exhausted that day while he was sleeping like a log. Even the clatter of the window breaking would surely have roused him. Well, there's none more to be said on the front bench, I suppose. Only when the elder drove his knife on my poor husband's back did he wake up with a spine-chilling scream. And it was on hearing that scream we ran out of the bathroom to see what was happening. That is correct. Ma said and rather scared the outlaw away before he could steal even a bitty bit. I knew it was that thief they caught in the car. I see. So that's the cause of events as you describe it. I have never said anything to the contrary. So if I may just recap, you were having a shower in the bathroom when you heard the sound of glass shattering. Immediately after that, you heard Mr. Pottsby scream. That's what you're telling us happened, are you? It's also what you said in your statement. Of course it is, because that is the truth, Inspector. Then I will have to say you are a liar, Mr. Pottsby, man. Well, a liar? Indeed, there is a certain piece of evidence on the scene that will prove me right. Well, I am all ears. If this evidence really exists, then I surely would like to see it. The shattered glass. Okay, see. Yes. These bits of broken glass prove that you're lying to us, Mr. Pottsby, man. Oh, that is how quite. Oh, these little bitty bits of glass prove nothing of the sort. Would you care to explain, Lucy? Tell Miss Pottsby more exactly what the broken glass reveals. The timer of 7. You only have to look at the broken glass to see the order of events that led to Mr. Pottsby's death. What order of events? You claim you heard the window smash first and then your husband scream. But if that were the case, what are all these bits of glass doing on top of the body, eh? If your statement was true, the broken glass should be underneath the corpse. But they aren't, are they, Mr. Pottsby, Miss Pottsby? They're on top, which proves that the window was smashed after the victim was stabbed. So it would seem you have deliberately given a false statement. I have done such thing. Why, I have simply accomplished matter in my hand. I am all torn up about the loss of my dear husband. This simple misunderstanding proves nothing. I retract my statement. I simply cannot remember if I heard the screaming or the glass breaking first. Perhaps the other came inside some other way and only smashed the window after killing my dad. Oh, you little weasel. Let us assume for a moment that you are indeed mistaken. Let's introduce a new complication. It does? Yes. Because we know that the door and window were both locked before the incident occurred. If the culprit didn't break the window, how did he or she get into the flat? Why, I have no idea. Just what are you trying to say, Inspector? What I'm trying to say is so simple. We can now be sure that the true perpetrator of this crime is you, Goldie Pottsby. It were you, Miss Goldie Pottsby. At the time of the attack, the window and the door of the flat were locked. The only other way in were by smashing the window, but we know that happened after the victim died. With no other method of entry, the only conclusion is that the culprit did not come inside from outside. No, the person who did this was in the flat from the outside. And the only person who fits that bill is Mr. Pottsby man. It's you. I am to understand that you were accusing me of murder because I was in my home the whole time. You are to understand that. Then I must remind you of something of vital importance that you appear to have overlooked. Oh, what's that? Oh, just a little bitty thing called a murder weapon. I told that you have still not found it anywhere inside the apartment, which I never left. If I am to be accused of this crime, why, I would just love to know where I'm supposed to have put it. Indeed, I confess to have been stumped by that conundrum. Well, there you have it. You have not a shred of evidence that I killed my husband. However, we did eventually manage to locate the murder weapon. Huh? I beg your pardon? Aye, that's right. We know exactly what you used to skewer your man. Skewer? I do declare, why, that's simply not possible. You didn't dispose of the murder weapon outside of the flat. No, it's been in there the entire time. You're starting to rile me, Inspector. Tell me where this murder weapon I am supposed to have used it. The clock. The murder weapon were hidden in the clock. Well, are you quite sure? Sure as egg are eggs. Aye, it were the minute hand of the clock that were used to kill Mr. Pottsby. Why? That is hogwash. A man could never be killed with such a thing. Well, the shape of the hand matches the victim's wound perfectly. Aye, you haven't got long to wiggle your way out of this one. Forensic are going over it with a fine-tooth comb as we speak. Speak of the devil. Hello? The shape of it? Well, it is almost... You admit it now? I don't think so, do you, Inspector? Prof, what's the matter? The result from forensic. They found note on it, no trace of blood whatsoever. Really? Ma, what a terrible shame. The trump card turned out to be a joker in the end. I do declare I hate it when that happens. No, I must have missed something. Prof, can I assume we are finally on the same page now, Inspector? That outlaw niece is responsible for my husband's death, and I am no longer under suspicion? If you could just fill out those forms for me with words without effect forms. Well, my husband's life insurance simply will not pay out without proper paperwork, Miss Baker. Have you got no shame at all? We're talking about a man's life. Why? You have no idea what you were talking about, Missy. Take dot on me. He would turn in his grave if he thought his little pot of gold will not be mine after his death. How do you have the gut to say something like that? Ooh, killing for cash. Not a bad idea. Prof, are you alright? But your motives are far, far darker than that, aren't they, Goldie? Don't get uppity with me now, Inspector. Ooh, but you enjoy it, don't you? You kill for money, but it's not the cash you're after, it's the kick, isn't it? What's going on about, Prof? What's got onto you? I can just imagine it. That little smile creeping onto your lips as you prepared the murder weapon. I will not fall into your petty trap, Inspector. Need I remind you that you still have not found the murder weapon of which you speak? And we never will. What? Because it no longer exists. Okay. Inspector, I do declare you have lost your mind. Are you suggesting that the murder weapon just vanished into thin air? You'd be delighted if that's where we conclude, wouldn't you? But let me put it another way. The weapon that was used to stab Jack Posby didn't exactly vanish. It melted. Ooh. Eh? What? In a furnace or something? Oh, hang on. I think I get it now. I know what happened. The pasta. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I messed up for the pasta all the time. The murder weapon must have been melted in this part. Oh yes, the murder weapon that killed Posby disappeared in this very part. I have no idea what you are talking about. I assure you I was simply making my husband and I some pasta. Don't mock me. Where's the cutlery? Where are the bowls? The pasta sauce? There's no sign of any preparation of a meal after it. Just the pasta in this pot of boiling water. I had intended to prepare those things later, but I don't think so. I don't think that pasta was ever meant for eating at all. Ooh. No, the pasta was prepared for the sole purpose of the little disappearing egg. Tell me by now you've got out what the murder weapon was, Lucy. Oh, I am with you now, Prof. The murder weapon was a knife made of ice. Ooh. The weapon used to stab Jack Posby to death was a knife made of ice. It will melt to not in no time at all in a pot of boiling water like the one with pasta in it. Why? Anyone with an ounce of horse sense can see this is just sufficient have concocted. Even if there was a knife made of ice like you see, it's gone now, has it not? My hands are clean. You can never prove that I had such a weapon in my possession. Well, no, perhaps not, but, Prof? Yes, we can. Pardon me, Inspector. Are you back to normal now, Prof? Seriously, yes, I'm fine now, thank you. But you two whispering over there. We're discussing the ice knife. You are of course correct that the knife itself is no more. However, in order to make the knife in the first place, there was a mold, and that mold is still on the scene. I surely would like to see it. Lucy, do you know what was used? It were these damn pieces of card that were used to mold the shape of the knife. Aye, if you fold it back along the creases, let's see what you got. Look, a perfect knife shape. Yes, you line the mold with cling film or the light and fill it with and put it in the freezer to make your knife. You'll be able to match the shape of the mold to that of the victims would want to be certain, of course. Why, it's nothing more than a coincidence. Anyone can see that. We have more evidence against you. After you stabbed your husband, you used a towel to wipe the blood off the knife. The towel we found on the balcony. Yes, and once you were satisfied, you removed all the blood. You put the icy weapon in the boiling water. But are you absolutely sure you removed every last trace? I sure I do not follow. My husband, no one ever managed to remove all traces of blood from a weapon. If you indeed dissolve the knife that killed your husband in boiling water, you're able to positively identify the victim so that while we examine the... Why, you little... You see, how first you go over the pot for us, will you? Straight away, Prof. I spoke with Forensic. They're on the case already. Now we merely need to wait for the results. Are you ready to admit to your crime now, Miss Pottsby, ma'am? I have no intention of admitting to anything, Inspector. Even if you can prove that my husband was killed with a knife made of ice, it does not mean I did it. Oh, no, when you have it last. I have had nothing, Miss Becker, other than my innocent intention most unjustly. Unfortunately for you, there is no logical way in which you are not guilty. If you will cast your mind back, be sure that there was no way into the flat when the incident took place. The door and windows were locked. In other words, only somebody who was already inside could have saved Mr. Pottsville. Oh, please. You admitted yourself that you did not leave the flat. In your own words, the apartment which I never leave. Laugh. No, I. Or is that another statement you would now like to retract? I must warn you that doing so is only likely to make things worse for you in the end, though. I demand to see my attorney. You cannot continue to question me in this way. Certainly, you see, make the necessary arrangements, please. Will do, Prof. Why, to be accused because such of petty thing, mystery solved. She put up quite a fight, eh? Yes, she did. I were in a right tease when the lab said they found none on that claw hand, I can tell you. Haha, don't worry, Lucy, you weren't alone. It's a bit of gamble as to whether they'll find any trace of blood in the pot of pasta as well. You're joking, aren't you? I'm pretty sure she's going to confess now, though. Pretty sure, eh? Alfandi, she's admitted everything. What a relief. It seems like she was after the man's life insurance. She told us as much when we were questioning her, would you believe? Oh, well, did you know this? We've found out that Pottsville won a very large sum of money last year. That's why Mr. Mann came into his life. Hardly what you might call a coincidence. She were a real gold digger, eh? Well, it seems Pottsville was spending money like water. She was terrified he'd rack up as much as the insurance payout, so he had to murder him quickly. I see. So it was something of a rush job. She no doubt prepared better for her other spouses. So it's all done and dusted then? Fabulous. I must say, you don't look very well. Are you alright? Probably that Jekyll and Hyde moment you had taken it out of you, Prof. That's a bit of exaggerated way of describing it, Lucy. But I do feel a little under the weather. I think I'll go home early if no one objects. Are you sure you'll be alright? It's nothing a bit of sleep won't cure, I'm sure. Can you close up the office when you leave? Consider it done. I hope it's alright. So it happened again, did it? Hey, do you know then, Florence, about the prof? What's ever all about it, eh? Calm down, Lucy. I really don't know all that much about it. But you're safe as long as there's a criminal present. You don't hear that said every day. What I mean is the other L is only interested in criminals. You won't come to any harm. So he's got some kind of vendetta against all criminals or some... Actually, from what I've seen of him, I say it's quite the opposite. He can't help liking them. All the more atrocious they are. I don't like the sound of that. There's really no cause for alarm. Like I said, as long as there's a criminal present, you're perfectly safe. What happens if when it's just the two of us, though? If it were me, I'd rip out my drip and run on like the wind. I think I'll come in my plimsolls tomorrow. Okay, case 3. Close. Case 2 close.
That's all from me today. Next week, we will start on case 3, the murder stage. Bye.